Hi everybody, it's Sam with the Film Fan Club, and I just wanted to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. I hope you all had a good one. I know it's over, and now I hope you're having a good New Year. Hopefully this video gets up before New Year anyways. If you're watching this after New Year, hope you had a good one. I just want to let you know also, right at the top of this video, there's lots of cool stuff coming to the Film Fan Club in the new years. The first of which we've already started. We have a WordPress now. It's thefilmfanclub.wordpress.com. There's lots of news stories that come out every day that we don't have the time to make a video about, so hopefully we'll have the time to write some articles about it, because making a video can take up to a week, and writing an article can just be done in a day, so that's pretty cool. Today I just wanted to talk to you real quick about The Big Short. It is directed by Adam McKay, the guy who co-wrote the screenplay for Ant-Man. He was also going to direct it at one point. He directed The Big Short. It stars Christian Bale, Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, and Brad Pitt. It has a really good cast, this one. It is about the economic collapse of 2007. It is the true story. It is told from the perspective of Ryan Gosling. He breaks the fourth wall a lot of the time, and he just talks directly to you as if you're like this. Basically, it's really cool, and he's very charming, and it's very fun in that regard. And it's their eyes. It's about how Christian Bale he is very good at math and much better than I am. The film tried to explain his math to me, and I just couldn't understand it. But somehow he is able to figure out just basically predict the economic collapse at '06 or '07, and he predicts it in like '05. So him and a bunch of other people all bet against their stocks against the common interests of the American people, and that's what they shorted, basically, the American people, and it was The Big Short, and that's this film. And is it a good film? It's an alright film. I feel like when I watched it, I kind of got a Scorsese, Wolf of Wall Street, David O. Russell, some sort of, a vibe from it. But it tries very hard to be that, and I don't think it succeeds as well as it would like to. It's a very good effort, though. The film, I mentioned that Ryan Gosling talks directly to you, and it does feel very much so like it is a copy of Wolf of Wall Street, because Leonardo DiCaprio talks straight to you. It's about money, it's about conning people, it's about getting rich quick, and I also mentioned that, I guess I'm going to start with my cons in this video. I also mentioned that Ryan Gosling, he breaks the fourth wall and talks to you a lot, but he kind of comes and goes in and out of the plot. Sometimes he's the main character, sometimes he's not the main character, sometimes Ryan Gosling's the main character, sometimes Christian Bale's the main character, sometimes these two guys that are, two newcomers, I don't know their names, I can't remember, I looked them up but I couldn't remember their names. That sometimes these two new guys are the main characters. They're kind of like the audience proxy in some respects. But I know it's an ensemble cast, but the film kind of shifts as if it's supposed to be focused on one person, and it just kind of moves around instead of equally kind of feeling like it's an ensemble, like I kind of was going in hoping. Now let's talk about some pros, okay? Some things that I really enjoyed. Christian Bale, Steve Carell, and Ryan Gosling all do really great jobs in their performances. They're very Steve Carell, all the three that I just mentioned, they're all very funny in their roles. This film is surprisingly very funny because it's about an economic collapse. I didn't expect it to have a lot of comedic aspects to it, but I was really surprised by how much it did. And a lot of the jokes, they really worked, it really landed. You get to see some of these people partying in Vegas. Steve Carell, for instance, he has this really funny scene with a stripper. It's in the trailers, so if you see the trailer for this film, look it up. It's very funny. So I very much enjoyed that aspect of it. What were some other things that I enjoyed about it? The direction and the style. I mentioned Adam McKay directed the film, and I liked some of the aspects that he brought to it, incorporating Ryan Gosling just talking directly to you. There were some really neat tricks with the camera, the way it, I can't even describe it, just because it like zooms in at certain times, freeze frames at certain, like it'll like, someone will be like talking, having a conversation, and it'll freeze frame, and then Ryan Gosling's, this is what this guy's talking about, it's very funny. It kind of feels like, okay, I'm there with them, and then he'll be like, yeah, this actually happened, like this is a movie based on a true fact, and he's like, yeah, we're not bullshitting you, this thing really happened, and it's kind of funny whenever it does that. Although that does work against it because it kind of goes into the style of, I feel like it was copying, and I've seen it done a lot before. So if it's done before and it's done well, maybe it's something that should be welcomed. I don't know. This is a very good film. It's just not a great film. Like I said, it's not a lot of things that are original and new. It's a lot of things that are done very well. Excuse me, I'm going to take one sip of my Star Wars The Force Awakens bottled water. Speaking of Star Wars, check out my Star Wars spoiler-free review. Where was I? Anyways, so for The Big Short, it's going to be a 7.5 out of 10. Just going over the pros, the cast, and Christian Bale, Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling in particular, they all shine, do an outstanding job. They're very funny as well. That's another one of my pros, kind of, was the humor. I really enjoyed it, and it's very funny how much humor they were able to fit into this story, which is a true story based on an economic collapse, and also the direction and the style. It works in a lot of areas. I'm going to say in probably 65% of the movie, the style works, doesn't work against it, but then again, I don't know. The script drags a lot. I haven't really gotten into this yet. My biggest con with the film, actually, is probably that it has several endings. It actually fades to black a couple times. I'm like, alright, we're done. And then comes back up, and it's like a couple years later, and I'm like, good gosh! But so there's it's probably about 15 to 20 minutes too long, and it's probably about 2 hours 20 minutes long in total. So I like it whenever you can hit that 2 hour mark, or right under 2 hours is preferable. But just the quicker you can tell the story, because I feel like that's part of the art of filmmaking, is being able to make it within that certain... I don't know. I'm about to go see The Hateful Eight tonight, and that's 2 hours and 45 minutes, so that's going to be crazy. But it's a Tarantino film. It's actually my first Tarantino film. So be sure to check out my Hateful Eight review as soon as that comes out. Also, I'm going to film a most anticipated of 2016 video, and I'm probably going to go see Joy at some point. And like I said, check out the Film Fan Club on WordPress, the filmfanclub.wordpress.com. The Big Short is a 7.5 out of 10. It is very worth seeing, but not really worth... I wouldn't say it's in like to my top 10 best of the year. It's not in my top 10 worst of the year. It's just kind of in there, you know, in the middle kind of area. It's probably in the upper part of the middle area and so it's a good film. Check it out. You can find me on the various social media sites at Samuel D. Carrico, and just be sure to subscribe to the Film Fan Club channel and check out all the other stuff we do. I'll see you next time. Thanks.